To understand the Aussie legal system, we got to start with the Constitution. That's because many of the legal terms we often hear, separation of powers, judicial independence, and more, all trace back to the Constitution. Unlike ordinary laws, the Constitution holds the highest authority. You can think of it as the heart of Australian legal system. Every law, every court, every prime minister, and parliament, the power and the legitimacy come from the Constitution. Without it, the whole system simply wouldn't exist. The Constitution is like Australia's birth certificate. It turns 6 British colonies into one nation. But there is a fun fact, it wasn't passed in Australia. It was passed by the British Parliament in the 1900, and it came into effect on 1st of January 1901. Its official name is the Commonwealth of Australia Constitution Act 1900. And what we now call the Australian Constitution is actually Section 9 of that act. Ironically, the UK doesn't even have its own single written constitution, but does have Australia's. Even today, the Constitution is technically still a British law, but the UK has no power to change it anymore. You can't change the Constitution like other regular laws, and that's one of its most important features. Any change must go through a national referendum and pass the double major rules. First, a majority of all Australian voters must agree. Second, a majority of voters in a majority of states must also agree. And if the change affects a specific state's border or number of the representatives, then voters in that state must approve it too. Once you understand the Constitution, the rest of the Australian legal system starts to make sense. You will see how power is separated, why court must stay independent, and why we hold regular elections. All of these ideas begin with the Constitution. In the next episode, we'll dive into one of the Constitution's most famous design features, separation of powers. What's it? Why separate power at all? See you in the next episode.